Have you heard this?
No, what is it?
New Jack White.
Oh.
Really good. Kind of a different vibe.
Very
from
different.
Him,
yeah.
He's dropping 2 albums in 2022. This one's called Taking Me Back. That album is not out until April. Called Fear of the Dawn. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. It's him and Q-Tip doing stuff.
I like Q-Tip.
You know who Q-Tip's best friend is?
Jesus.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That I would have never,
Actually,
ever
no one
guessed
would.
that. ever.
It might
ever.
be Jesus, but so 2 Jack White albums in 2022, if you're a fan of his. Fear of the Dawn is the one out in April.
Both solo albums? Or is he doing like another Dead Weather or something?
No, it's him.
Okay.
Yeah. He hasn't put out anything solo in 3 years, I think. So that one's out in April, and then Entering Heaven Alive is going to be out in July. So an already prolific guy, and clearly the pandemic saw him writing enough stuff for 2 albums. Next week on the show, we'll only be here 4 days, but I will have tickets for you to see Volbeat and Ghost. They're going to play Columbus February the 7th. So if you want to hoof it down to Columbus, those tickets for you to see them at the Nationwide Arena. Get you set up for Magical Lights if you want to pop the fam in the car and get them through the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. That's fun. I got to put up our lights this weekend. I got to go buy lights. I decided last year...
Oh, you don't have them already?
Here's the thing.
I don't know if you're going to be able to find them.
Yeah, there's plenty. I was out
Okay.
looking. Yeah, there's.
All right, because last year there was a shortage on lights. Everybody was going all out because they're like, I'm going to have the most Christmassy house.
Well, what I decided last year was, because I really got sick of I'm talking about lights for the outside of the house.
Right.
I really got sick of throwing them in a box, taking them back out, untangling them, getting them up, finding out half of them don't work after 1 year. I got no time for that. I got no inclination for that. That will drive me bananas. So what I started doing is, at the end of the season, I take them all down, I throw them all away. And then I go out next year, and I buy more lights. And I take them down, and I throw them away.
Must be nice to be super rich to just be able to buy
It's $50.
$1 billion worth of lights and just throw them away.
I don't get crazy.
Some people need those Christmas lights to heat their home. But Alan's like,
those
throw them away.
Yeah. Those energy-efficient LED Christmas lights to heat their homes.
Yes.
Well, then maybe don't put your exterior lights on the exterior of your house if you need it to heat your home.
I'm just saying, some people aren't as lucky as you where they can just be throwing even $50 worth of lights away.
Listen, you don't even need those lights to heat your home. If you've got those Window Nation windows, Bill, you got nothing to worry about. So that's my thing. Gwen's like, where are the lights? I go, they are in last year's garbage. Because I will go out and buy new ones. I'm much happier tearing them down and throwing them. I don't have to worry about there's 2 or 3 bulbs out. I'm like, I just bought these. They've been in a box for a year. Why am I dealing with this?
So wasteful.
I have no patience for that.
I can tell. It's very wasteful.
I'm going to get them up. Is it, though?
Yeah, I mean...
I see myself as a job creator.
Now there's
I'm a job creator for LG.
Yeah, people have to rescue sea turtles from the lights that they're tangled in the ocean. They're trying to swim around, and they got Alan Cox's lights from last year wrapped around their shell.
Where are these lights? How are these lights getting to the ocean?
That's just where they put them.
Wow. And what a festive-looking turtle. What a festive-looking turtle.
He's not that thrilled about it. He's Jewish.
His name's Shell. I get it. Yeah. He's wrapped in Christmas lights. You see a turtle wrapped in old Christmas lights, you're going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get him out of him because I want to save this turtle. But it still gives me a little warm and fuzzy feeling inside. There's nothing wrong with that. Who couldn't use a little bit more of that kind of holiday cheer?
Why don't you just leave up your Christmas lights all year long?
I suggested that.
Gwen said no.
I don't know that I'd get any pushback on that, but it's just, that would be a silly look. I mean,
you don't have to turn them on all year.
No, I know, but I would want to turn them on.
Up.
Yeah, no, I know. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Because then if I plug them in next year and a couple of them don't work, I got to take them down anyway. So
this is the beauty of living in a condo. Lights get put up on my building. I don't got to do it. They got guys that do it.
Where do they put the lights up on your building?
No, they put them. We have like some trees out front, so
but not on your building.
Like landscaping. Yeah, they'll put them up on the landscaping.
They don't make your building look like one giant present.
Right. Yeah. No, they just throw them.
Some people near me, they go bananas with the goddamn lights, and I'm like Clark Griswold type stuff. I'm like, or they'll have a company come out and do the lights. I don't like it too on the nose. Yeah, the people that like outline their whole roof. I'm like, oh come on, man.
Well, some people care about it.
I know.
Some people are trying
to
give their kids a magical Christmas experience, and not just like, yeah, I put the lights up. You happy now, Nora?
Yeah, that's what I do. I go, get out here and help me, you 5-year-old.
You 5-year-old.
Hold the ladder.
And guess what? When I'm done with these, I'm throwing them in the garbage.
That's
right.
That's
what I think at Christmas.
That's right. I'm a job creator. I'm a job creator for companies that hang lights.
What
I'm
if
a job
this year,
creator for companies that make them?
And this, all right, here's my suggestion. My only suggestion. Instead of throwing them in the garbage this year, why don't you give them away to somebody that will use them?
Happy to do it.
I think then you're not being as wasteful, and you don't have to worry about the tangles. They can deal with the tangles. They're getting free lights. You might have some tangles.
They're getting
have some bulbs out.
They're getting free lights.
They're getting free lights.
They're getting free lights after Christmas.
Yeah, but they'll use them for next year.
So you're saying pay it forward.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm just saying don't be
How would
so
I even go about
wasteful to the
doing
point-
that? Hey, who wants lights?
Yeah. There's always somebody that's going to want free stuff.
All right. Well, then maybe when we come back after the first of the year, I'll put them in a box and I'll give them to a listener.
There you go.
We have access to people every day.
Right.
I could get right on this thing and go, hey, who wants my lights?
Yeah. And because you own them, they'll cherish them even more.
Oh, will they?
Or they'll also not want them.
They'll also not want them. Right. I think that's the more likely scenario.
I know. I think there's definitely people that will want them, and they'll appreciate that they got them for free.
Okay. Well,
I don't think I'll ever be at the point even to own a house. But if I own a house, I'm definitely not going to be the house that has a bunch of Christmas lights.
everybody says that, but you end up being a house that puts lights up.
I'll be the lazy house where you get one of those projector lights and you just stab them in your front yard, and then it just does that.
That's really annoying, though, because you forget that those lights come in through your window, and so your house looks like a goddamn disco. And so you're like, because I tried that one year, I was like, oh, this will be cute. We'll project it on the back of the house. But then you have these pinhole laser lights coming through and you're like, oh, this is awful.
Man,
or you got neighbors complaining because part of it's going through their window.
Windows, yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Airplanes crashing because it's hitting the pilot in the eye.
I don't want that.
Damn it!
Yeah.
It was Santa.
Aim for that house. That's not a house. That's a giant Christmas package. Just aim for that right there. There's nobody living in there. It's a giant gift from Santa. Yeah, those projectors are like a cool idea, but
I think it works if you live in like the country. I think that's a good place to have it. Like if you can put it on your barn or something where it's not going
cool.
directly into your house. But if you got to have some space for it, because there are some people that will have those in my neighborhood, like up the street across 117th. It's a bunch of pretty wealthy people, and some people go real big, but like classy big. They're not just grabbing anything. Like there's a theme to it.
I understand.
It looks nice. There's right when you get over 117th, there's a gay couple, and they do it great. Like their house is, for Halloween it's great, and then for Christmas it's like a winter wonderland.
So much work with no payoff. There's no payoff. No one cares about your house.
Do. Munch butts and celebrate Halloween.
I'm telling you right now that there is a payoff because people appreciate it.
Oh, shut up.
I like it. I took a picture in front of it last year. It was like my profile pic for a long time.
I'm not
very magical.
I'm not a big Christmas guy. I'm on record as that. But I don't mind the accoutrements. The lights.
I like all the commercial parts of it.
You got a fire going.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind. Like it's kind of a warm vibe. So when you see some of those houses that have really kind of done a nice job, I don't mind that.
This building over here, they've got like a whole winter wonderland thing going on.
Yeah.
Like our building over here. This place is falling apart.
What's not falling apart? It's just that we're leaving.
Taken apart.
Yeah, we're leaving. So they're not putting anything into it.
So they're not putting anything into it. But then over there, they got the snowman and the Grinch and everything. They got all sorts, like the big inflatable things, which the inflatable things, they're not my favorite. I feel like those are more for kids. But
There's a
I
house-
like more of a display.
There's a house in my neighborhood that has a huge front yard. So they have 3 of those giant inflatables where you need like guy wires to hold them down.
Jeez.
They got like
they got
a reclining Santa, and then they have a giant reindeer. I'm like, oh my god!
And then you get that bad weather, and it gets real windy, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden Santa's going down the street, and you're like, God damn, I paid $2,000 for that.
It's like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man coming after you. Well, maybe we should hang like a Christmas tree light thing in the window here. Then.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
We could do that. We're the only ones in here.
Yeah.
Make it a little festive.
Make it.
Alan Cox Show After Hours line. You can always leave a message there for us. I'm going to drop something quick. It's 216-986-8903.
I just listened to the segment of Poundcake's Hood Hotel, and I live in Columbus, and I just started laughing hysterically because I know exactly where he was. He was probably on Mound Street or Broad Street, and that area is, I actually live just south of there. The neighborhood's fine just south, but right in that area, there's 2 bad areas of Columbus, and it's literally just west of the city and just east of the city. Like you can see downtown from where he was at probably. But I only know that because my sister dated a drug kingpin that lived in that area. And
Her sister dated a drug kingpin?
That's pretty exciting.
Not even a street dealer. Her sister dated a kingpin.
Why were the kingpins
She could have been
in
the
the
queen
hood?
pin, huh?
That's where they want to be.
No.
That's where your soldiers are.
Okay.
telling me and showing these videos like on TikTok and whatever about heroin addicts that were driving into like street poles and cars and just like it's a big heroin part of the city. And so that's where he was staying. And so I just started laughing because I live just south of there, and my sister tells me all these stories because I don't go in the area obviously, but it's just like it was so funny because I just know exactly where he was staying. It was
Why must I feel like that? Why must I face the cat? Nobody talking me.
Why not just bark at guys that were pulling up on you guys? Just give them some of that Poundcake atomic dog. They go running away. They go, hey, homie. Arr!
Yeah,
Bark at them.
She's absolutely right. I think it was Broad Street. That's where we were staying.
Give my regards to Broad Street.
Yeah, it was Broad Street, and I mean, what she described is exactly what it was. Heroin addicts, like literally. I've never seen someone. Just imagine you're leaving someplace, just a restaurant or something, just off of downtown Cleveland, and people have towels out, like in the grass, just tanning. Like they were It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. It was like they were on a beach somewhere, and they were just like laying there, and then there was another woman just like punching the air like boy band style and talking to herself and screaming.
Punching the air boy band style.
Like, I can't believe it. Like you know what that is?
Yeah.
She's talking to herself.
Like, I just can't believe it.
How was that your first experience in a drug hood, by the way?
Because I don't go to the hood.
No,
Alan.
but you lived in Akron.
Yeah, but college. It was college students. It wasn't.
But it's still Akron.
Yeah,
but it's a college neighborhood, so
And
you're not getting people that are.
'Cause they
Like, it's
expect
just
that.
run down houses because the college kids don't treat them right. And
Well,
the
no, I
landlords
know.
don't think,
What I'm
but,
saying
like,
is you
you're
did-
not getting like the addicts.
But you
around
did
there.
leave campus occasionally.
Yes, I did, and I knew have my head on a swivel. I knew what to expect. This, I had no knowledge of what it would be like because I didn't know where we were staying.
You got dropped into ice.
Yeah, Akron, I prepared myself for that. I knew what stores to avoid. I knew what
I
times
see.
to avoid them. Hell, the university gives out emails.
You didn't know where Fancy was taking you.
No, he just said, we're staying in this hotel. It's right. He was like, it's right near downtown. Right near downtown. I said, oh my God.
He's
you
like,
gotta
why
steal."
are rooms by the hour? That's your first red flag.
He said,
You can rent the sheets.
he said, it's like $50. I said, Fancy, you scored, man. And he's like, yeah, I know. I can't wait to take a shot once we get in. I said,
You should have done some recon.
I said, Fancy, where are we going? He said, to the hotel, dumbass. He's looking at me like I'm stupid. The further we go into this driveway, the weeds grow higher and higher and higher. I'm like, what is
The
this?
hotel is just beyond those weeds.
And then that's where I was like, we are not staying here. He's like, you want to find somewhere else, dumbass? And he drove me. So where am I going to go?
He calls you dumbass a lot.
A lot.
Wow.
I'm like,
his brother calls him the N-word. Fancy calls him dumbass.
I'm just degraded by everyone.
Not by me. I gave you a title like a king, a Poundcake. I gave you a name to be proud of, like a friggin' king, like royalty. You can hold your head high.
Arf, arf.
I'm not calling you dumbass.
Nope.
I'm not calling you the N-word. Arf, arf. That's right. The weeds get higher and higher and higher.
It's for real, though.
Some of that Omicron weed.
Yeah. There was nothing I could do. So I just laid there and I prayed. I was never more religious than I was that night. I got real drunk because I was real scared.
Please, Jesus, let me wake up in the morning.
Whatever happens, happens, I guess. I'm going to be drunk for it.
Well, you made it out alive.
To tell the tale.
Yeah. Joe in Philly.
Yo, what up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Hey, look, I'm already on record for really not liking this entire Christmas thing, but...
Correct.
Like, what's the deal with the lights? Can we just get rid of them? Like, what's the origin here? How does this happen?
I don't mind the lights. I think lights... I don't mind things being lit up. I think if that's the way... Last year, Bill's right. Everybody was going hog wild because they wanted something to make them feel better. I don't mind the lights. I mean, if people want to spend a ton of money on, you'll have these people with, like, trellises and canopies wrapped in lights. Some people really get into it. I don't need that. But if that's what they want to do with their time in their yard...
No, it's not worth the hassle. I'm just trying to find a reason where I can explain to my 4-year-old and 2-year-old that we do not need to be wasting time and money on putting up lights every single year for you to take them back down 3 to 4 weeks later.
Well, they should understand that. Just exactly what you just said to me, Joe. I'm sure they understand that.
All right, you're 2 and 4 years old now. It's time to get over these stupid lights.
That's
Grow
right.
up, put childish things aside.
That's right. You've been on the planet for 24 months. I think that we can dispense with the pleasantries at Christmas.
We never really put up...
Seriously.
Well, like, I wouldn't put up lights, but I would take the kids to see lights. So
yeah,
that's like we do like the magic of lights, or you go to a neighborhood where there's a bunch of lights, or you go to the public square and walk around in that, and that's how we do it. Like, I never really put them up, and so like that is what made them happy. So just take them to see lights, and I think you're good.
Wait, I'm fine with them seeing lights. It's just putting up lights I find to be very antiquated. Look, Santa already has a list. What else do we need? He's going to get to the house. We don't need lights on the house.
Well, I don't think that's a beacon for Santa. I mean, it's just for people who want to decorate their own home for the holidays, right?
Yeah.
And Joe does not. And that's fine. No, nobody's forcing you to.
Trash. Hate it all.
All right, thank you, Joe. There's Joe out in Philadelphia who is he's crabby. He makes me sound... Joe in Philly sometimes makes me sound like friggin' Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's that Philly charm.
He also
wants to throw snowballs.
I was going to say, he wants to throw double D batteries at Santa. I had a break here. If you want to get a text for anything, 35192. You can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.